Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com here, back today with another daily crypto update. I'm going to be covering some of the big movers today like Bitcoin Cash, Cardano, EOS, as well as NAV Coin and Verge. Otherwise, I'm going to be covering my normal schedule of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, Neo, Vertcoin, Monero, Omisigo, and List. So all of those in a more detailed technical analysis on TradingView. In just a second, I'm going to be starting off with Bitcoin Cash. But first off, let me give a quick shout out to Coinbase. If you haven't purchased cryptocurrencies yet, go check them out. I have a referral link in the description. You can get $10 free worth of Bitcoin when you sign up. And other than that, let's get right into the daily market update. And yeah, kind of what's been going on, with the altcoins and stuff like that. So Bitcoin is still doing really good. Broke above $9,000, moving towards $9,500. So we should be able to see, a test at least of $10,000 very soon here, and if we break above that, we will be flying towards $12,000 really quickly. Now, of course, we need to see if we're able to break above $10,000, but we should be able to get at least a test of that very soon here, and up 7% in the past 24 hours. What's pretty amazing is since it's been doing so well, a lot of the money has been shifting towards Bitcoin. People don't want to miss the move, and yeah, it's kind of been leading the market, to be honest. So what we saw last night was, as Bitcoin was starting to break above $9,000, some of the money left the altcoin market, like Litecoin, for example, started dropping as Bitcoin went up, and you can see some of the others are a bit down today. Now, other altcoins are doing really well, so it's not a bad day for the altcoin market by any means, but some of them are taking a little bit of a breather, and it seems like some of that money did pour into Bitcoin instead. So Bitcoin Cash up nicely here, up about 8%, moving towards $2,000. Other than that, we have EOS getting a big breakout today, up 23%, Cardano up 25%. Pretty amazing moves for those two. And moving lower into our ranking here, we have Komodo up 12%. Power Ledger taking a little bit of a breather here, pulling back now after its big move. That's kind of expected. 12% up for Vertcoin, moving much higher now, really getting out of its consolidation. 10x up 8%, PIVX up 7%, and finally, like I said, Verge doing really well today, up a nice 14%, and NavCoin up 25%. Now, NavCoin, just to give a couple words on it, is actually a cryptocurrency that I've been bullish on for a while now, and I actually made a video on it called the most oversold altcoin, where I mentioned how oversold it was. I think it was setting maybe around 75 cents or 80 cents. And how I expected it, to move back above $1 and really get a bounce, and that's exactly what happened today, right? So I was really accurate with that prediction, moved up nicely above $1, and we should be, moving towards $2 now. So I'll give you an update on that on the technical analysis. Let's get started with Bitcoin Cash. So let's see. Like I said, it looks like it will be moving back towards $2,000 now, and that's because, to run you down what's been going on, in the past couple days here, we basically broke above the resistance over here at around $1,550. Pulled back a little bit, retested that once, right? That's a very healthy pullback and usually needs to be done after a breakout. So we got a bounce there, and after that, we were able to bounce back off that, now what is support level, and we're moving higher. So we weren't able to break above the high over here of $1,777, but I think we should be able to do that, in the next couple days. And after that, we don't have really any resistance till $2,799. Of course, we probably won't see that just yet, but we should be able to move, very quickly towards $2,000 here. And at that point, we'll see how it acts around $2,000. Will it, pull back, or will it be able to break above it is a question, but we should be able to test $2,000, in the near future now. And it still has some moves to go up as far as the Bollinger Bands are concerned. Bounce nicely off the MACD and histogram, and we're back above the 70 line on the RSI as well. So very nice move for Bitcoin Cash, and actually moving, once again, upwards with Bitcoin, which is pretty surprising, but I won't complain about it for now. And EOS, next up on the list here. So broke above the 80 line on the RSI, got a pretty big breakout today. Basically what happened is it's been moving up for a while and really recovering, but today it broke above a pretty strong resistance level at $2.12 and really just took off from there. So we got a lot of volume backing up this move, bounced nicely off the histogram and MACD, and we did sell off a little bit here towards the upper level, so wasn't able to hold those higher prices just yet. not really anything to be worried about. You know, it seems like it's facing a little bit of trouble over here near $2.40. We'll see how it'll hold around that. Will it pull back a little bit? But overall here, you know, there's really not much resistance till $3.32. And even after that, if it's able to break above that, right, moving forward, there's really barely any resistance at all afterwards up until $5.48. So I think we will be seeing, you know, EOS moving back towards $5 here over the next couple months, and we really should see it go back towards that $3.30 mark, you know, very soon here within the next couple weeks probably. So nice move for EOS, and really getting a nice uptrend going here with expanding Bollinger Bands and, you know, uptrending middle band over here, right, the brown line. So very nice move, and really recovering from this downtrend that's been going on for a while. So it's pretty popular cryptocurrency. You know, a lot of people ask me to give an update on it, and there it is. It's looking good. Like I said, pretty popular cryptocurrency, and it seems like a lot of people are paying attention to it. Now let's go over to Cardano on CoinMarketCap just to kind of update you on what's been going on. Basically, you know, it had a bit of a dip a while ago, attempted a move, wasn't really able to hold that, but did continue its uptrend. And what happened today was, you know, kind of a multi-level breakout. We broke above this sort of 3 cent area, 0.031, and even higher, broke above 0.034, and we actually were able to even make new all-time highs, right? So even broke above the all-time high over here at 0.0376, it looks like. So now I think we're going to probably see 5 cents moving forwards. We'll see how it acts around there, but it's a pretty big breakout, and, you know, new all-time highs. So blue sky breakout, that means that there isn't any resistance moving forward. Logically, the next level that it should stop at is 5 cents, right? So really looking good for Cardano here. A lot of volume coming into it as well. And yeah, I mean, it's a pretty popular cryptocurrency once again, and it finally got a bit of a move after being, you know, kind of dormant for a while, I guess. So definitely looking good for Cardano here. Let's go over to Verge. Now, Verge got a nice bounce off, you know, its uptrend line. So let me go ahead and zoom out a little bit so you can see what's been going on with Verge. But, you know, it's been kind of doing its own thing, pulled back for a while, but got a nice bounce off this blue uptrend line right over here, you know, which has been going on for a while now. And very strong bounce, you know, put in a true V-shaped bottom over here. Been going up for 3 days now, just keeps on taking off more and more. Made its way back above the middle band, which is obviously a great sign. Really flipping back over on the MACD. We'll have to see how it acts when it tests the orange line. You know, usually the first test fails. You can see that happened here and here, so that's just something to be aware about moving forward. But it is, you know, definitely bouncing off the uptrend line, and looks like some increased volume as well. Moved back above the 50 line on the RSI. So if this keeps up, you know, we should really be able to see it test back this this high over here at around 0.008, and possibly even break above that at that point, right? I've already tested it basically 2 times. So looking pretty good here for XVG as well. And finally, just to give you all an update on NAV coin. So we got a pretty massive breakout here above the $1 level, which is, you know, always a significant number. A lot of volume backing the move, which is obviously a good thing. It looks like we're just about to break above the 70 line on the RSI, which will be good. Kicking back up on the MACD and the histogram as well. So, you know, everything is really backing the move. We got a little bit of an upper wick, which meant that it kind of sold off the upper levels as well. But nothing really to be worried about. You know, now the $1 mark should definitely act as as support. You know, we may pull back towards that, but I think yeah, that's the new level that NAV coin will hold above. And it's just facing some trouble with these previous resistance levels over here. I can go ahead and put in a black line here so you get a better idea of what we're looking at. But this area right over here at around $1.15 has quite a bit of resistance, so it's kind of struggling to really, you know, make its way above that. But overall, we should see that happening, you know, in the near future. And then after that, it should really, you know, take off towards $2 because there won't be much resistance left, right? Maybe a little bit more towards $1.36, but it'll be pretty clear after that. So definitely looking good for NAV coin, and moving as I hope it would. So let's go on to our normal schedule now, and let's start off with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin getting yet another Very nice big green candlestick here. Like I said, broke back above for the first time actually, above $9,000. It's holding above that pretty well. So, I mean, arguably this is a pretty extended move. It's really been kicking up, but we're only just made our way back above the 70 line on the RSI, so it does still have room to go, no doubt about it. And that should be some added strength right there. Still looking good on the MACD and on the histogram. Now, as far as the actual price action goes, we haven't come back and tested this $8,269 level at all after breaking above that. And, I wouldn't be surprised to see a test of 10,000 and maybe coming back towards that. That is possible. It really just depends how much strength there'll be at that $10,000 mark, right? But if we do fail that and we don't come and test this level back again until then, I wouldn't be surprised to, see it come back here and bounce off that, right? But overall, right now, it's definitely moving higher, and it looks like 9,500 is next up, and even $10,000 pretty soon, right? So still looking good for Bitcoin, and like I said, a lot of money has been going into it, and it's kind of been, the leader here as far as, all the cash flow and everything. Now, let's move over to Ethereum. Let's see, up, slightly today, trading above the upper Bollinger Band, so obviously a pretty hard level to sustain. We'll see how it'll manage there. It looks like the upper Bollinger Band is starting to come back higher, so maybe it'll give it some room to keep climbing. But we could see a drop back lower if there's some weakness that comes into the altcoin market from the rise of Bitcoin. That's definitely possible. As far as the indicators and everything, Ethereum is pretty overextended right now, to be honest. It's trading in the upper 80 level on the RSI, really took off big time on the MACD and everything, so pretty overextended. The volume is moving back lower, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of a pullback here, and it does look like it's struggling to really put in a new high just yet, so wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of a pullback for Ethereum. Now moving over to Litecoin. Litecoin did actually pull back a little bit from the peak that it made yesterday at 77 cents overall, though. Sorry, actually the peak was 89.88 yesterday. Very nice move for Litecoin, and it's pretty crazy to think that it actually made its way all the way up to the final kind of resistance before basically $90, right? So almost towards 100. And at this point, what can we expect? Well, you have to see that the upper levels did get bought up here. Got a little bit of a long lower wick, so that's actually a good sign, and we are trading above the upper Bollinger Band, so obviously a hard level to sustain, but it has done it before, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was able to move higher. But over here at this point, we can expect one of two things. The first is a little bit more consolidation before finally getting our break towards $100, or this is just a very temporary pullback and will right away move back towards 100. But I don't really see it start downtrending or anything major. Of course, we could get a bit more of a pullback even, but overall here, I think that there will be enough strength to move it towards $100, maybe within the next week or two, and making higher levels on the histogram. MACD is still looking good. Obviously, a bit of an overextended, powerful move, but it is a pretty big breakout. And pulling back a little bit on the RSI, so we'll see if it'll come back and test the 70 line, maybe bounce off that. But like I said, we'll have to be looking for a consolidation here until we move higher, or maybe it'll be ready to move higher right away. Now, like I said, based on this and Ethereum, I'm slightly inclined to say that Bitcoin will get all the action and take the money away from the altcoins for a couple days here as it moves towards $10,000, and then that'll probably dip and the altcoins should get a bounce once again, right? That's kind of what I see happening here at this point, and I think that's the most logical scenario moving forward. Now let's see what's been going on with Ripple. Looks like a pretty flat candlestick over here, not doing much. Still wasn't able to really make its way above this 25-cent mark, so that's obviously going to be the next level. We want to see it break above, and not really doing much on the indicators here, so basically just some consolidation ahead here, it looks like, for Ripple moving forward. Now let's see what's been happening with NEO. NEO got some pretty sharp moves here, both at the downside and the upside, and looks like we did put in another green day today, up about 1%. Pretty flat candlestick though. Put in a high today of 41.77. Volume looking pretty good here. Now, it's not acting super powerful obviously we do have a little bit of a U-shaped bounce, which is, obviously less strong than a V-shaped bounce. But the RSI is uptrending. We're looking pretty good on the MACD, so might consolidate a little bit over here between 37 cents and 39 cents. But overall, we should be seeing it move back about 40 cents in the near future, right? And let's see, next up on the list is going to be Vertcoin, which is actually having a good day today. And wow, actually a pretty big high today of $6.99. That's pretty crazy. So we actually were able to break above the resistance level over here, which we never managed to do yet, and that was at $6.07. So almost came and tested, the previous all-time high. Obviously, we weren't able to hold those levels, so we sold back off. But it is a good sign nonetheless, and we made our way into this upper range again. So that's above $4.86. And I like this move a lot. Now, it was a very sharp move, and all this happened very quickly. But we got massive volume today on the volume indicator, and the MACD now crossed above the orange line, which is a very good sign. Bouncing back, moving towards 70 line on the RSI. So we also went positive here on the histogram. Now, what can we expect moving forward? I would say, yeah, it's slowly moving higher towards that 6-cent level, and then it looks like it really wants to get into this upper range pretty quickly here. So that'll be nice to see it trading between 6 and 7 cents here, and moving slowly but surely towards that all-time high. That'll be a pretty crazy breakout to see. Now let's go over to Monero. Monero looks like it's having a little bit of a pullback today. Let me just change the exchange here, move over to Bittrex where I have my previous technical analysis on it. So a little bit of a pullback. Put in a new all-time high today. That's a good sign, $182. Did pull back nonetheless, and still uptrending, still moving higher, and putting in higher highs, higher lows, but looks like it's kind of losing some strength, and will start moving higher, but only maybe a bit slowly than it was over here. So a little bit more consolidation along the way, and kind of tapering off on the histogram, moving back below the 75 mark on the RSI. Going to test that 70 line, and yeah, kind of just expect a little bit more consolidation and stuff, but overall it should keep this uptrend going slowly but surely. And let's see what's been going on with Omisa Go, which actually had a nice recovery yesterday. So pulling back a little bit, down about 2%, still holding above this uptrend line though, and putting in a higher low and higher high, moving up on the MACD, histogram and everything. We did dip below the uptrend line on the RSI though. Now, one thing to realize is that we're not doing too bad on the RSI. We did put in a new uptrend as well, and we're holding above that still. So, it's still looking fine, still kind of range bound between this trend line over here, which is the previous uptrend line acting as a resistance, and our current uptrend line, which is support. So still trading between those two things, and it looks like it'll keep doing that until we get towards that the resistance level over here at $9.83. So yeah, kind of expected to trade in between those two things moving forward here. And finally, LISC, final cryptocurrency of this daily crypto update. Now LISC has been pulling back, unfortunately, and I'm not bearish on it or anything, but it has been moving lower. It looked like we put in a bottom here yesterday, but now we're dipping back lower and even breaking out of the uptrend, which isn't the best sign, dipping back below the orange line on the MACD. So it looks like we're going to put in a little bit of a pullback here and really maybe start downtrending. So we'll have to see when will it really, put in a low. Is it going to be at the $6.84 level, or, even lower than that? I'd kind of be surprised, but it is looking pretty weak right now, and hopefully we can manage to close above the uptrend line on this candlestick. That would, avoid a lot of technical damage. So I guess we'll have to wait and see, but we definitely don't want to see it tank into this range over here, right around $6. So yeah, I'll have to keep an eye out for that, and it definitely looks like it's going to consolidate for a while now. So with that being said, everyone, this is the end of the daily crypto update. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Other than that, I hope you had a great day, and yeah, thanks for watching, everyone.